You always make me feel like, oh yeah, you never leave my thoughts alone, yeah, you're the reason I'm going out my mind. I just can't stop thinking about you. Take it away, feeling too good to me. Chilling all day, all in your space is where I wanna be. Here in this room, what did you do? I just can't.
Alright guys, I'm in bed because my body is so sore. It's not even funny. Like, I feel like an old person right now. And in the meantime, I'm actually getting some work done that I need to get done. And I'm also going to be working on an e-course for my lovely ladies that are already a part of the VIP Success group membership, I should say, because I have a Facebook group for them. I'm about to set up a email list for them, start sending out emails, and I also need to work on my clients' emails. So for me, I'm doing like triple work. Typically I'm only worried about either my YouTube channel or my actual business, and I think because I started becoming more active and I niched down, I guess you can say, I opened up excuse me. I created a new IG account as well as a Facebook place, and I'm super hyped because Facebook and Instagram approved my e-commerce stores. So now when I make a post, I can actually link my products directly on the post that's relevant to it. And I'm super excited about that. I'm working on the same thing for my client. I'm trying to figure out the API developer, and I bet you any money, if you know anything about coding, you know, or anything about Python, you specifically know that it could be the simplest thing that's screwing it up, and you have no reason, like you're struggling with it. My sister said to give it like 2 days and then try again, and if not, then just send it to her so that way she can figure out what the issue is, because it's a lot, guys. I do web designing, I do social media management, I create my own graphics, I'm doing my own editing, and now I just got into doing audio. So soon I'm going to be doing a podcast. Since Leon's off for the summer, I'm thinking that me and him are going to be doing a podcast, since he's not really comfortable on the camera yet. Because the way I will have it set up is that we're both facing each other in a sense, and we both have cameras facing each other, so that way I can edit it like an actual interview when it's not. And I also want to set up I think maybe 1 or 2 days a week for Araya's channel. She wants a YouTube channel, and it's got, basically, because that's also all she watches now, is YouTube videos of kids playing games and toys and stuff, and she wants to do it too. So I think I'm gonna commit to like maybe 1 to 2 videos a week for her channel. And Journey wants to just like record and edit videos. I did get a GoPro, but I don't know what happened to it. It's either lost or broken, one of the two. So I need to invest in another GoPro. And the only reason I want the GoPro is so that way it's more conspicuous. We can use it underwater. It's good for like mounting to like the kids' helmets, if they get helmets or something like that. Yeah, it's just the way, so that way we can get more content. I was just telling my sister, I said my next huge investment, like a huge investment, is to either get a drone or an actual Mac, like the actual desktop Mac. And the reason being is because I can, do everything I need to do on here, but the quality will be so much easier, plus the processing will be so much easier. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I'm sorry, but for those that do understand what I'm saying, this is how it is when it comes to working your own business. And I'm loving it. Like, this is my passion. I'm obsessed with it. I could talk about this all day. Like, if anybody knows or they had their consult with me, like, sometimes it goes over an hour because I can talk about this all freaking day, every single day. The only person that understands it is Lala, and her channel is the Black Stay-at-Home Mom Show. Me and her seem to be like on the same page. We're always constantly thinking about the same thing, and there is like a sneak peek about us doing a webinar. That information is gonna be coming up soon, because like it's completely different for me, because for many years I tried to do MLM. Not saying there's anything bad with it. I support it 100% because at the end of the day, you're running your own business. And now looking back and seeing how I'm running my business now, and then it was off. I was wrong. I made a lot of mistakes. However, those mistakes that I learned are helping me create and build my own empire without me having to solely depend on YouTube. And that was my whole point. Like, I know a lot of YouTubers depend on YouTube to make an income, and their sponsor deals make it even more. So like, for any typical day, if I have a good day with my high views, I can and I have a sponsorship attached to it, what happens is that I'm making less money on YouTube. However, the sponsorship is paying me like triple, sometimes quadruple the amount of money that I will make on a video on YouTube, because my views don't really get that much. But that doesn't mean that you cannot get paid as if you're getting that many views, because it's easy for me to communicate and talk to these brands and negotiate. Sometimes there is no negotiation with these brands, because it's just their budget. They don't have it in their budget, which I understand, especially being a small business owner. My budget is very small to where I can't hire anybody else to do the work for me. So I'm basically a one-man show by myself. I don't have anybody else to help me with any of these things. So when people say social media is not a real job, or social media is some bullshit, don't believe them. Please do not believe them, because it has been forecasted that in the next year or two, it's going to be a multi-billion-dollar industry. And you can Google it yourself, because it legit is worth a lot of money. I can swear to you that the NFL, when they did their Super Bowl, they paid more money for their online ads and like the advertisements and, you know, the hype up and everything, and their PR. They spent way more on that than they did the actual TV show. Oh wait, well, I should say they probably paid the most amount of money for the entertainment, but outside of the actual like business aspect, they spent way more on ads than they did anything else. And I would not be surprised if they would almost hit $1 billion in order to generate a content. Because if you think about it, TV is basically content. And it may sound different to other people, or it may not make sense to other people. But the only difference is that they have a huge team behind them. I'm not saying that is not possible, but a lot of us put a lot of pressure on ourselves to get it done in the same day. And I can be a person who actually went to college, who actually learned about this stuff, and I believe I still have some books on it, and I should pop them out and, you know, talk to you guys about it. Or maybe I could do another separate video, or most likely I could put it on my members only, with those that signed up for the VIP access, so that they can get certain videos over there. But yeah, the more people I get in my group, the more consistent I will be in my group. And the reason being is because of the fact that I can take a lot of y'all off of my YouTube channel and put y'all in a group of people to make it easier for you to learn the information. So I need to go live on Facebook more often. And my sister keeps yelling at me to do TikTok too. She's like, go live on TikTok, talk about your story, da da da. Especially now that you can actually upload up to 10 hours too. So like, I can make a whole vlog that's about 10 minutes and upload it on TikTok, which I'm actually excited about that, not to be biased. But yeah, so a lot has changed with YouTube, not just YouTube, but a lot has changed with Google Ads. They made a huge change in how they run their system and their machine learning and the algorithm. Like, it's a lot. I've been reading a lot, even though I have books that I want to read, like physically. I've been reading so much because I'm doing my certifications. I already have my certification for YouTube. I'm trying to get my certification for Google. And I'm telling you guys, the degree is one thing, but when you have actual experience in it and you have the skills and the certification and the testimonies and the, you know, designs and portfolios, you do not need a degree. When it comes to digital marketing, you don't need a degree. You honestly don't. It is the simplest thing ever. And it's funny because TikTok makes it kind of different when it comes to the short short videos, because it doesn't require a whole lot of work. Unlike doing YouTube, unlike doing a documentary, unlike some of these mini series that you guys see, this takes time and it takes a lot of work. And I constantly get emails about doing commercials and sitting on or doing a part in something. There's always jobs out there for that. Even if you just get your foot in the door just to learn a couple things, that's the best advice I can give you, because you'll actually learn more on set than you actually would sitting at a computer. And that's something that I was taught in school, where I met a girl. She is a screen, I can't remember what her title was, but all I know is that she graduated from RAC, went to Kutztown, and then ended up getting on a whole bunch of series that are on Netflix, and she's really doing very well. She said it took her a while to get to that place because she was sleeping in her car to do these jobs, because it made no sense to drive from Pennsylvania to New York, Pennsylvania to Texas, Pennsylvania to Florida. It became too much, and she couldn't afford it. You know, she couldn't afford the ability to go back and forth. So she slept in her car most of the time. And if it was like, you know, a 3-week job, she was sleeping in her car. So, you know, just because somebody's story looks amazing on the outside does not mean that they didn't have to struggle to get to where they are. And so for me, I made that plan in 2018. If you didn't watch my last video, you definitely have to go check it out. Even though it's been like, what, 4 years, I'm pretty much doing everything that I wanted to do. And I just say that it's a whole different level. And it's the same with Leon, because I know with him, he probably had a 2-year plan, and he literally graduated with his associates, and he's about to become a full-blown teacher. Substituting is a way for an income. I don't know why people feel like that's a bad thing. Like, either you want us to get off of welfare or you don't, you know. And it's weird because it's like people will drag you for anything and anything, even if it's something positive, even if it's something that you were blessed with. And honestly, that just makes me feel like they're hurting and they're struggling on the inside, and they rather just use their animosity and hostility towards other people because they can't achieve the things that they want. And it's all about limiting your beliefs. And it's crazy because I've used to talk about this a lot, all the time, but I kind of lost my way, and I'm starting to find her again, and that's the best thing I could ever ask for. And I will say this, mamas, mental health is not being selfish. So I'm gonna end it there. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'll see you in the next one. And the next one should be like cleaning, like detail cleaning. So shout out to one of the comments. She was like, I wanted a little bit more. Thank you for the feedback. That means that I know exactly what y'all looking for. I can play around with it even more so that you guys can have better content. So yeah, I'll see y'all. Peace.
You always make me feel like, oh yeah, you never leave my thoughts alone, yeah, you're the reason I'm going out my mind. I just can't stop thinking about you. Take it away, feeling too good to me. Chilling all day.